she froze. Without a word, she hurried out of the kitchen. "Honey, what is it?" I asked, confused. She smiled at me but said nothing, assuming she had forgotten something. It began on honeymoon night with a detail I brushed aside. As my wife served me dinner, I noticed she gently tied a white ribbon around her head. I didn't question it. I was still glowing with excitement, still stunned that I had married someone so breathtaking. My heart was full, my mind distracted by joy. The following day, it happened again. Just before placing the plate in front of me, she carefully fastened the white ribbon once more. I stayed quiet. I convinced myself it meant nothing, perhaps a harmless habit, maybe coincidence. But the night after that, it returned. This time, I paid attention. As she served the meal, her voice dropped into a low murmur. She whispered words I couldn't make out. Then she tied the white ribbon again. She didn't remove it until I took my very first bite. When she finally loosened it, the room fell into an uneasy silence.
My baby good, my baby cooks, my baby stainless baby.
You will make a good Afrobeat superstar.
Nah, I just want to sing for my baby alone and do business to make money. Music is stressful.
I'm still going to ask. Of course, I'm scared, but I must ask. What disturbed me most was this. When she ate her own food, she never tied the ribbon. Not once. There was no reason for it, none that I could understand, and that unsettled me deeply. One evening, I decided to ask.
Baby, where is your own spoon? Join me, let's eat together.
I love to watch my husband eat first. Is it easy to have a handsome odogo for yourself?
Jesus Christ, son of Joseph the carpenter.
Chibuzo, what is it?
My stainless achalugo. You are physically beautiful, beautiful inside, beautiful in the kitchen, beautiful in the other room. Baby, you are beautiful everywhere. You sabi cook. This food is delicious. Like, who prepared it?
Okay, baby. Let me bring my own food so we can eat together.
Why the ribbon?
She looked startled almost, as if she was hearing the question for the very first time.
The ribbon?
It's nothing, my husband. I didn't even realize I was wearing it.
She laughed it off so quickly, turning it into a joke. I laughed too, even though something inside me tightened. And just like that, the moment slipped away. After that, I stopped paying attention. Or at least, I pretended to. One night, we were talking in the kitchen as she dished out dinner. Suddenly, she froze. Without a word, she hurried out of the kitchen. "Honey, what is it?" I asked, confused. She smiled at me but said nothing, assuming she had forgotten something. I carried the plate to the table and began eating without waiting for her. Then she rushed back in. She was holding the white ribbon. The instant she saw me eating, her face changed. The color drained from her expression. Without saying a word, she turned and ran outside. I stood up slowly, my stomach tightening, and followed her. As I reached the door, I stopped. I heard whispers outside. She was speaking to someone, and she was using my name. I froze where I stood.
Chibuzo. Chibuzo. Forgive Chibuzor. He won't be a problem. No lessons.
No lessons. No warnings.
Hello, kumoro. Forgive Chibuzor. I promise this will not happen again. Leave him for me.
Who are you talking to?
She smiled faintly and said nothing. That silence told me more than any lie ever could. I asked again. This time she sat down slowly, her hands trembling in her lap. After a long pause,
I'm protecting you.
she said she was protecting me. The word felt practiced, like something she had said many times in her head. I asked her what she was protecting me from.
From who? From what? Please, just wait a minute.
No, please, just wait.
She stood up and began pacing, avoiding my eyes. Then she said the ribbon wasn't optional. It had to be tied before my first bite. Every single time. No excuses. No delays. I asked what would happen if it wasn't. She stopped walking. The silence stretched so long my ears started ringing. That night, she served dinner again. This time, she already had the ribbon on before she entered the dining area. Her movements were slower, deliberate, like someone following instructions they didn't fully understand but were too afraid to break. I lifted my spoon. Her breath caught. "Please," she whispered. "Not yet." I put the spoon down. Later, in the bedroom, she finally broke. Her confidence collapsed like it had been borrowed. She told me the ribbon wasn't about love. It was about survival. She said it was introduced to her before our wedding by people who made promises luxury, security, status.
They promised luxury, security, status, our apartment, our sudden rise. None of it was accidental.
I asked who these people were. She didn't answer directly. Instead, she told me something worse.
My husband, you were selected. You are very hardworking and smart. But so many like you can't even feed themselves.
That my success wasn't earned the way I believed. That the ribbon marked ownership. Each meal was a count. Each bite a renewal. The whispers weren't prayers. They were reports. I felt sick. I went into the kitchen alone and stared at the ribbon on the counter. It looked harmless, beautiful, even, soft silk, bright white, something you wouldn't notice twice. Yet my entire life was hanging on it. When she walked past the doorway, she stopped. She didn't sound afraid this time. She sounded calm.
Small. My childhood sits.
I looked up at her, my chest tight. She smiled. That was the moment I realized something terrifying. The ribbon wasn't only binding me anymore. It was binding us. And whatever was watching would notice.
I sat at the dining table that morning with the plate in front of me, untouched. The apartment was bright, too bright. Sunlight moved freely across the marble floor, climbing the walls like it belonged there. Everything looked normal. Perfect, even, and that was the problem. The ribbon wasn't there. No silk folded on the counter. No white flash at the edge of my vision. No quiet instructions whispered before the meal. Just food and silence. Sandra stood a few steps away from me, watching. She didn't rush me. She didn't speak. She looked calm, almost peaceful, like someone who had already accepted whatever was about to happen. I lifted my spoon. The room felt thinner, like the air had stretched too far and hadn't snapped back. I paused. Sandra didn't move. I waited for anything to stop me. A word, a look, fear. But she gave me none of it. So I took the bite. Nothing happened. At first, no pain, no sound, no shadows slipping across the walls. I swallowed. And that's when I noticed it. The silence wasn't empty anymore. It was listening. The light in the room shifted, not darker, not dimmer, just strong, as if the apartment had taken a breath and forgotten how to release it. I looked at Sandra. She hadn't changed position, but her expression had. Not fear. Relief. I stood up slowly, my heart beating harder than it should have. I told her I felt strange. She nodded, like she'd expected that exact sentence. She said it wouldn't happen immediately. That's when I understood. The ribbon wasn't protection. It was A delay. She told me the meals were never about feeding me. They were about timing, about keeping something patient, obedient, watching but not acting. Breaking the ritual didn't cancel it. It announced me. I asked her why she agreed to it in the first place. She didn't answer right away. Then she said love was never the hook. Need what? They had found her before they found me. Promised her escape. Promised her control. Promised that if she followed instructions, the cost would never touch her directly, only pass through. She said she thought she could manage it, that she believed love could soften rules written by things that don't love back. I felt something move inside me, then not pain, not fear but awareness. Like a door I didn't know existed had been opened without my permission. I could feel being noticed. That afternoon, people smiled at me too long. A stranger said my name in a tone that suggested familiarity.
Chibuzo the million man, first son of Okeke. Do I know you? You don't know everybody that knows you.
By evening, the apartment felt smaller again. Sandra avoided mirrors. I avoided sleep. That night, she brought out the ribbon and placed it between us. She didn't ask me to wear it. She asked me if I wanted to. That's when I realized the final truth. The ritual hadn't bound me to them. It had trained me. And now that I knew, the choice wasn't freedom. It was responsibility. Because if I refused the ribbon again, whatever had been waiting patiently would stop waiting. And this time, it wouldn't stop at me. Sandra reached for my hand. Her grip was steady. Outside, something shifted subtle, satisfied. I didn't put the ribbon on, but I didn't throw it away either. I left it on the table, where it could see us both.
To be continued. Part 2 changes everything. You can't watch it alone. If you want to see what happened after, comment next.